We started this business back in college as a kind of a project to get into a program at my university. And so at the University of Arizona, we have a very competitive entrepreneurship program. And so what we did, we started the business on paper to kind of pad the resume to make us look a little bit more marketable. And once I graduated college, I had an opportunity to move to San Diego to start the business. I grew up in Los Angeles. I grew up in Long Beach, California, and in that area, the car industry is fairly large. And coming to San Diego, it's one of those markets that looked like it had a huge need for what we do. And the difficulty of it is that the mentality in LA and the mentality in San Diego are two completely different mentalities. Where San Diego appears to be more conservative than Los Angeles is, and so it was a little difficult to get the ball rolling at the beginning, as you have to build your name and build your brand and show your experience and show what you can do. And so there's a little bit more work than I originally anticipated, but obviously we've been doing this now for 8 years. Shows that we've been successful in what we're doing. And it's been enjoyable. You have tough days where you're absolutely fed up with the industry, and you go home to your wife and you tell her you're not going to work tomorrow. And you have days where everything is, the whole week's been amazing and things of that nature. But you learn from your experiences, and that's kind of what I've learned. There's certain things that I've done that I will never do again, and it's kind of the best way to learn that I've found out is by failure or by experience. That way I can make a label and get those picked up today. So what we do here is we basically modify and upgrade anything from a Nissan GTR to a Tesla, BMWs, Aston Martin, Mercedes, Porsche. Volkswagen is actually a customer of ours that runs a large exotic rally, so he wanted us to put a supercharger on it for him. So why that car is here, we did a full vinyl wrap on this Tesla. Used to be white, now it's got a satin metallic wrap done to it. So same thing goes with the black GTR we have on the other end. It's basically got a full satin black clear rod. So this motor, when we're done with it, will have 1,200 horsepower. And then the transmission will be what we call a stage 4, good for 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. So very similar to the package that's on the black one right now. The black one has 1,000 horsepower and 800 foot-pounds of torque.
James is a great guy. I mean, he's got a lot of things to juggle. Being the big owner and whatnot, and he writes all the bills and writes all the checks, and at the same time he's juggling projects of his own. And trying to keep everybody in line as far as the scheduling and whatnot. So it can get very stressful at times, but I mean he handles it greatly. He's a very open door manager, and so any questions we may have or concerns, he's more than willing to hear us out and take them into account and work on things. So no, he's great. He does definitely no complaints here.
I like to do things. It's nice to turn a passion into a job. That's kind of what we were able to do. So doing something casually and on the side to turning into a full 8,000 square foot facility is technical aspects of things. There's always a procedure, there's always finite answers, there's always measurements, there's always torque specs, that is always going to be the easy part. It's always going to be the customers. We were just talking earlier where each customer requires a different time allotment. Some customers are extremely easy. Our Tesla customer that we have is extremely easy to deal with. He's a customer where you kind of give them a time frame, and it'll be done by this time, and as long and it's done. And we have other customers that require a little bit more time and a little more attention. That's something that we just understand in this industry. It's you're gonna spend $100,000 on an upgrade, some of them, we have a couple customers that when they spend 100,000, let me know when it's done. We have other customers that want to know every single process. Has this come in yet? Has this come in yet? Has this come in yet? And so it takes a little bit more time, and it's just different personality. But the customers are always, each customer is different, and you can't treat every customer the same like you could with a motor. If we're gonna build a $100,000 GTR upgrade, and they're doing the same package, I can build them identical, and it's going to be seamless. But the customer, let's say we have 3 builds of the same kind with 3 different customers, everything in the back will go identically, but each customer will be different. And that's kind of where we probably struggle the most with, or where it gets sometimes the most frustrating, is the customers. It's always a battle. At the end of the day, we're all obviously trying to achieve the same goal and make them as happy as possible. But it's